Hey guys, this is Long Night Entertainment. I'm Mycosa. We're back on Creative Builds with Avorion to showcase another set of ships. This one from the same guy who did that Hornet class ship I was originally using on my playthrough. I wanted to showcase what we had here. And so, just to start the ball rolling, we have his first ship, the Sword. Just to show you guys this right off the bat here. As you can see, it's bright. I love this guy's work. Let me show you the specs on it. Oh, flip around. We're maneuverable. I like that. This guy has a good starting one. Good up and down on it. Left and right could be better. But it's just a starting ship. The idea is that with this one, this is what you'd start with. Just to get the ball rolling. Let me just throw some people on this. Pardon me. Yes, come here. I love how this guy uses simplicity while still getting some great results. Yeah, let's just get it's like 10 people. There we go. And then we'll just auto assign. There we go, okay. There we go. This little guy is a good starter. Reasonably fast, maneuverable, good stopping power. Like I've said, I love the design on it. It's simple, sleek, and made for after you've got a bit of titanium going. Now the nice thing about this fellow, LeonserGT I believe, is that he designs his stuff with the intent that you can move up his line of ships to the next one, and maybe make additional ships for afterwards. So just for example, when you're done with the Sword, your next ship would be the Katana. It's in the same vein, the same design, but unlike the previous one, this one is made with a bit more structural integrity in mind, and a bit better overall capabilities. Speed, as you can see, is a touch slower on the start, but still a good maximum speed. Energy requirements are a bit better. Here, let me just show you here. Better energy, better maneuverability. Still could be better on the roll. But this guy didn't really design his ships in mind for, spiraling through space like this. You want to be able to turn left, right, up, and down. Quick correction. And again, excellent use of the clear glass types, of lighting, to give it a very pleasing overall view, using the light with the glass to provide color. I love it. And I've tried to implement stuff like that in my own designs. I just, so this is going back to, where is that resource station? Resource, there we go. The next in this line after the Katana will be the Baldy. You'll notice a similar uniformity of design to the previous, but this one a bit more robust. These are all designed to be more smaller ships. You'll notice, again with the improvements on the overall, larger in size though. If we go to its systems, the previous ones only had 1 or 2, this one we're at 2. These are smaller devices. This is what you'd end up shifting to after you're getting ready to leave the outer rim. Start working your way to the middle. This guy will be much faster once I have him better staffed. Give me just a second here. Back to the resource station. Hello, resource station. There we go. Bear with me just a second here. Hello. I've come to acquire more peoples. Yes. Peoples, please. Peoples, please. Staff me. Thank you. Yeah, just get like 10 people. Better in terms of how many people it can hold as well, as you can see. Auto assign, please. Yes. Now I can show you its actual speed. Now, first, its base speed, Again, not made to be lightning, but when boosting, does well. And you'll notice energy accumulation is solid. You can boost for a while. It's designed with the intent of putting front guns on. This is more of an attack ship. After you're done with this and have started to move on, start to get better materials, you had to go from the Baldy to the Thor. Here we finally have, I believe it's Now Night. Shields have been implemented. Again, oops, sorry, wrong button. Here we go. Again, uniformity of design, but this is again a gunship. That use of glass and lighting. We have shielding now. Front heavy, as it were, for forward blasting. This is a battleship. Similar size requirements, but now we've got the hull and the shields. Energy is solid. All the acceleration power of a turtle, but for things like this we have boosting. You'll notice this one's faster. Not by much, but it is faster. And again, maximum boost. A little better than the previous. The shielding is the big improvement. Maneuverability is solid. And of course, remember, aim to stop by pointing to the purple square, by the purple check mark. Maneuverability's gone down a bit, but again, this is made to be a gunship and a bit of a tank. For early Now Night levels, reasonably robust. Should be able to do some pretty nice plowing, as long as you're focusing heavy on your weaponry. I recommend salvage lasers. My brother, when he plays, has a strategy I like to refer to as the melting wedge, and this is ideal for it. After you are done working, I keep pressing Alt. After you are done working with the Thor, your next one will be the Tormentor. Again, combat-based. Blah. Starting over. Will be the Tormentor. Combat-based, more front-heavy, but more aerodynamically designed. By this point, we're getting to more sleek style to it. The specs on it are somewhat more improved, but a little slower on there and there. Excellent, excellent shielding. Good energy requirements as well. Again, just to show its speed output. We're about the same as on the Thor. Max speed, show what you can do, baby. Significantly faster. Not the most maneuverable of devices with that, I admit. I would personally probably set more gyros. And again, just to show there, if I go to hide specific blocks, he does have hull in there, though admittedly, not much. There may be some options that can be used to tweak that. Add a little bit more. It's something I would personally look into. I like to have these at least at 1 to 2, if not higher. But with shielding like it has, you've got time to make corrections. And with some proper weaponry, some good ways to manage that. This guy is reasonably large, 4 systems rather, which gives you some good options for that. After this, you're going to start to hit the end game, and while he didn't do an Avorion version of it, one can go the direction for that by going from the Tormentor. Let me get into a good angle here. From going to the Tormentor to the Revenant. With this being the first model of it, you may switch to this after the Thor before moving to the Tormentor. This one's still on the Now Night settings for it. Where's my... To get away from the asteroids. I may have turned off collision, but doesn't mean I want to crash into things. As you can see, it's quite fast. Good stopping power to it. Of course, if I move towards that purple square, it'll stop more easily. Just to go again, so you guys can get a good view of it. Again, the use of glass with lighting. I love that overall effect. But from here, in addition to this, we also have a higher end version. This is the Revenant Mark I, and this is the Revenant Mark II. Expanded, similar in design, but more of a ship-like style. Lights set everywhere, glass to highlight in color. This one on the Trinium stage. Solid speed with noticeably improved acceleration. Recentering that, sorry. Again, I love the use of lights. To show you its specs, not the most maneuverable again, but very solid. I believe this is another 3-system one. And I want to stress here, just to show you, this guy can be pumped up. Right now we're at the Trinium stage. Here we are at the Xanion stage. And then at the Avorion stage. And you know, while I'm here, let's get Augonite of what we can Augonite, and then Avorion for the rest. You can see how the energy output, which if you can follow my mouse over there, increases tremendously. We're not very maneuverable, but there are things we can do for that. Our hit points and shield are quite solid. And while I would personally change the windows to red at this point to better match that, we still stand as a robust and solid piece of work. Good max speed. I believe everything is still the same. Good acceleration. Excellent maximum speed. This would essentially be the last stage for this particular line. And I love this fellow's work. I was using variations of the Hornet in my own for quite some time before I started shifting to the birds and making my own. Now, unfortunately, that's all he's provided from the Steam Workshop, but I will provide a link to LeonGT's stuff underneath. As a last thing, I want to showcase a last piece from my previous one, Two Hands, I believe it was, who made the line I showcased yesterday. Pardon me just a moment. If I may, I proudly present, also by Two Hands, the NC, or Novacore, Factory. This is a ship designed for, well, it's not even a ship, it's a station. It is designed to defend itself. There are dispatch hangars to provide for ships, fighters to defend it. 2 docking ports, with the idea being that the outer shell protects it, and the inner shell is where, you know, your factory features happen, at least in design. It's in keeping with his use of doing detail work using existing items to custom design what looks like factory pieces, when in fact, you know, there's nothing made for that. But that means he hand-placed all that piping. It's quite the structure, very well defended. Oh, almost 30,000 blocks, as you can see here. Using armor plating and the like to design these various parts, to give it a look of pipes, of design. It's brilliant. It truly is brilliant. I mean, even if you zoom in on, say, here, focus on that, would you? And zoom in. He made those vents, piece by piece, making them look like vents by altering the size. And otherwise, it's just edge armor. But look at this. Look at that. It's brilliant. That is legitimately ingenious. Use of glow lights, rather than relying on the lights that pre-done the hull. You can't look at this and not tell me that styling is not ingenious. And I don't even want to think of how many hours he had to have put into hand placing so many of these pieces, if not initially, then afterwards. The detail and work that he put into these structures boggles my mind. And he's become one of my favorite ones to focus on, and well worth following his work. Look at this. Look at this. This is freaking amazing. Colored titanium glow with edge armor in front. It's amazing. Utterly amazing. So that all being said, I've highlighted everything I can think of, so seems to me to be a good time to call it quits. So, thank you for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, give that like button a boop. And hey, give those people a subscription. LeonGT and 2 hands from yesterday and with the station. Well worth your time, well worth your attention. And as always, guys, thank you for watching and have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye.